My 2004 Ranger 6x6 has been having trouble starting because my key right here was sticky, and it would stay engaged even though the engine was running. So the starter was still trying to go around even though the engine had started, because when I let go of this thing, it stuck. So the Bendix seems to be bad. When I try to start it, the starter will turn freely, making a whining sound. Of course, I replaced my battery just to make sure that wasn't the problem. It didn't fix it. Let me just show you what it does. Go ahead and turn the key here, and well, of course, when I'm trying to show it on a video, it works just fine. But I'm still going to replace that Bendix gear. It's been a problem for months. The first thing I'm going to do is to take this aluminum cover right here off. The starter is, let me show you where my finger is. It's right here. And this cover right here is for the flywheel. To get to it, and remove this. So I'm going to begin by taking off these bolts for the flywheel cover. This aluminum thing didn't come off completely, but loosening it did allow me to move it out of the way enough to be able to do the job. After taking out 9 of these 8mm bolts, the cover for the flywheel comes off. Here it is right here. I'll try to show it to you here. And it just kind of comes off. Now, it's resting here. There's a hose in the way. I can't get it all the way out, but as you can see, the Bendix right here can be pulled out without actually getting rid of that flywheel cover all the way. No reason to take that belt off. And I have a new Bendix over here. Here she is, which I put some grease on the cogs. Here's the old one. I don't think it looks that bad, but I do know it wasn't working. Don't know why it wasn't working. It seems to be looking pretty good out here, but nevertheless, it's been a chronic problem for months. There is not any kind of extra washer on here for me to take off. I had heard there was one, but there's nothing there for me to take off of the old Bendix and put on the new one, so I'm going to go ahead and put the new one in place. Okay, so now I'm going to take the new Bendix and I'm going to insert it, sort of wiggle it around in here, and get it to go into its spot. And there it is. Now I'm going to put the 9 bolts back in place. The 3 bolts also that I had taken off to remove this aluminum covering. And we'll see how it looks. When I put that flywheel back on, I'm going to actually use a little bit of silicone. When I took it off, there was a little bit of stretchy material that has the appearance of silicone. But it's a trick that I learned from my jet ski mechanic, is to, when you're putting aluminum onto aluminum and there's no gasket, is just put a very slight smear of silicone there. He says it makes it easier to remove it in future years. So I just use this regular old silicone. This is some just DAP outdoor silicone. I'm going to be putting a smear of that on the flywheel cover, putting it in place, and then I'll be back and we'll see how she starts up. Okay, so all 9 of those bolts are in place. The flywheel cover's in place. I'm going to go ahead and put my foot on the brake here, and let's see how it does the first try. All right, very nice, very nice. Note to self, if your starter key is ever sticking in the on position, fix it quicker than I did.